In a bustling city nestled between towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, lived two men whose lives couldn't have been more different. Thomas Sterling was a wealthy and influential businessman who owned several successful companies, while Samuel Green was a modest street vendor struggling to make ends meet. Thomas lived in a luxurious penthouse overlooking the city's skyline. His days were spent in meetings, making deals, and expanding his empire. He owned flashy cars, wore tailored suits, and dined at the finest restaurants. However, his heart had grown cold over time, and he rarely spared a thought for those less fortunate. On the other hand, Samuel spent his days on a street corner, selling his handcrafted goods to passers-by. With a warm smile, he shared stories of his creations and listened to the stories of those who stopped to chat. Despite his meager lifestyle, Samuel's heart was rich with compassion and gratitude. He found joy in the simplest of things and believed that every interaction was an opportunity to learn and grow. One day, fate intervened. A sudden economic downturn hit the city, and Thomas's businesses began to crumble. Stocks plummeted, and clients withdrew their investments. Thomas found himself facing bankruptcy, his empire disintegrating before his eyes. Desperate and alone, he walked the streets, aimless and broken. During his wandering, he stumbled upon Samuel's corner. Samuel greeted him with kindness, offering a warm cup of tea and a listening ear. As Thomas shared his story, Samuel offered words of comfort and encouragement. For the first time in a long while, Thomas felt understood and cared for. Over the following weeks, Thomas frequented Samuel's corner. As their conversations deepened, Thomas began to see the world through different eyes. He witnessed how Samuel found happiness in sharing the little he had, how he valued relationships over material possessions. Thomas realized that he had been chasing wealth at the cost of meaningful connections. Inspired by Samuel's humility and resilience, Thomas decided to start anew. He used his remaining resources to support Samuel's small business and helped him expand to a proper store. Together, they transformed the store into a community hub, offering not only Samuel's crafts but also a space for people to connect, learn, and support each other. As time passed, Thomas learned the value of empathy and compassion. He rebuilt his life with a new purpose: to use his wealth and influence for the betterment of society. He initiated various initiatives to help the less fortunate, providing jobs, education, and healthcare to those in need. The story of Thomas and Samuel spread throughout the city, becoming an example of the transformative power of compassion and humility. The once wealthy man and the humble vendor had taught the community that riches weren't just measured in material wealth, but in the richness of one's heart and the impact they had on others. Moral of the story: the story of Thomas and Samuel teaches us that true wealth isn't solely measured in possessions and riches. It's the richness of character, empathy, and genuine connections that truly make life meaningful. Material success, while valuable, should never overshadow the importance of kindness, compassion, and the impact we can have on the lives of others.